Hello. So today we're going to be installing a Tannus airless tire. This is the second one I've ever done. The first one I just did a few minutes ago, and I did it alone. So Tannus always recommends that you have a second person. They're aware that people are doing this solo, but I want to share some techniques, learnings, and things that I've made videos about with old style tires. And it's all about working smart and using mechanical advantage to your advantage. So the main takeaway, the main trick in this video is that we're going to be using clamps, a series of clamps. If you're not a woodworker, if you don't have clamps, then you either need to get some clamps or a friend needs to help you. So I've got the Tannus Airless here. I have my S tool right here resting on the box. And I have a lot of clamps, but we're gonna try to do this install more efficiently. The last one took me about 30 minutes, and I was figuring out the technique. I think I've got the technique down quite nicely. So let's go ahead and start. First thing we're gonna do is just get it right on top of there. And we want to clamp it. Now we're not looking to crush the tire, but the tire's gonna get squeezed. Probably about the same amount that it would get squeezed if you were doing this with your hands, or with two sets of hands. So I don't really, think it's a big deal. Okay, I already made one mistake. I want the clamp, this metal thing to be inside the wheel so that I can actually rest. I want to rest the bottom of the clamp on the floor. So, and I have bike gloves on because some operations in this, or at least the last time I tried this, required just a little bit of padding because my skin was directly on the rim. Okay, so I've got a good clamp here, and the key is to have a clean clamp. The inner area of my wheel is flat, so the clamp is flat on that. And so now that the clamp is this way and the metal thing is sticking out this way, I can put it on the floor. So we're going to get a second clamp and go 180 degrees. So these are the easiest clamps of the entire operation. We're going to go 180 and do another clamp. And it's so important that you want clean clamps. You want so this one's already a little bit more difficult because we are constrained a little bit by the other clamp. So there we go, 2 clean clamps. So the entire theory is divide and conquer. We've already divided this into 2 problems, the top and the bottom. So the top is going to be easier than the bottom. And we're just going to apply that same theory again, except that this clamp was not clean. See, it's already, the clamp job is already not clean. Can you really see that? It's more visible on that side. So that happens, and because I was blabbing, I also did the top one incorrectly. So this is already cutting into my world record time, but it's still going to be a world record time because this is the only documented usage of the clamp technique with Tannus tires. So even if I took a day, it would be a world record. Okay, so now the metal part is sticking in there, and I'm getting hot because I'm working. So let's go ahead and improve my thermal efficiency right there. My thermal regulation. It's kind of similar to riding. Sometimes I dress for the middle of a ride, so I will actually be cold for the first 10 minutes of a ride, but then in the middle of a ride, I will, and see here I go blabbing again. I was about to do it the wrong way, but I'll dress for the middle of the ride, and then once I get hot in the middle of the ride, then I don't have to stop. Okay, so that's clean. Hopefully this will hold this time. If not, we just start back from square one. It actually was easier the first time I did it. Easier is not the right word, less problematic. But there was plenty of problems, believe me. It took me half an hour the first time. So, we're going to divide and conquer. So that's the theory. So as you see, I've got a clamp 180, right? Really simple right now. So here, we're not going to actually do the same kind of clamp. We're just going to take advantage of the mechanical advantage. Oh, look at that. My clamp is failing. That is funny. So my clamp walls came off, but I don't see how that would affect it mechanically at all. Anyway, wait, does my clamp even still work? Yeah, it totally works. Okay. But we're not doing the same kind of clamp job as before. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. This has happened to me in woodworking as well. The quick release was getting pushed by the tire. So that's a pitfall to be aware of. But we're not doing the same clamp job as before. Before we were actually putting the wheels, you see, into like where they actually go. Here on this operation, we're just clamping to the underside, and that gives us the mechanical advantage we're looking for. So divide and conquer, right? Now we do a quarter turn, and we only have this tiny section to work on, which, let's do a test. Yeah, we're gonna get a nice hand. So we're up to 3 clamps, 4th clamp. It is very easy at this point to hand get it in. So let's see, boom. We're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th spoke is not gonna be clean. So let's just do 3 spokes clean, okay? Remember direction correctly, and boom. Okay, now I could take this off, but I still want it. So, yeah, this is where the number of clamps would be kind of prohibitively expensive unless you're a woodworker or have these clamps lying around. Same thing on this side. It's going to be slightly tougher because some of the pressure or tension is already going to be transferred from that. But I'm just hand feeling it, and it feels quite doable. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 spokes clean. The 5th spoke, I could force it, but it won't be clean. Anyway, we're making progress. We're making really good progress. Now the 4th spoke is not too clean, but clean enough. Okay. So let's release that and see if we can just freehand this section, which should be doable, because we have a lot of slack over there, which, believe it or not, even through all this is translating through the tire. So I do need to stand up at this point. Get a good grip with your toes. You see My socks are going through the spokes. I'm not pushing on the inner web, I'm pushing downward. So now we got a good grip and easy, easy, easy. Okay, first half is done. So now we are back to our original 180s. We got our 1 and our 2. So this is where things get a little more tricky on the second half. And let's just check our clamps. Yep, we've still got clean clamps on either side. This is where things get a little more tricky, but I'm going to use all my learnings from the previous one to do this a lot faster. So here's the theory. We're going to try it out. I haven't perfected this yet, but we are getting closer to perfection. Okay, so this is the 180 point right here. Right here is the 180 point. We don't want to clamp on this particular one right on the 180. We want to clamp right next to the 180. So literally one spoke away. And we're doing that same technique where we clamp the bottom of the wheel. We're going to do that same on the other side. I don't want to use my fat DeWalt just because it's so fat. So we'll use a thin one. Actually, I want to leave a little room for myself. So I'm going to go 2 spokes. I'll explain what I mean by that in just a sec. Okay, so this is the 180 point, and I've clamped on either side of the 180 point, and now the S tool. So you see the curvy point, and this is, I learned this from the Tannus video. You see the curvy point. We're gonna stick that. This is where the magic comes in. So I'm really excited. I think it's gonna work. Before that though, you see there's this little slack here. Again, this is where it really helps to have, you know, six clamps. I want to just loosen, tighten that slack. And now my clamps are in the metal is no longer as important just because we're done with the resting it on the floor part, because the floor part is already clamped in or inserted. We're going to use the S tool, okay? And we're just going to pry. I'm going to pry the thing with the clamps in there. I'm going to pry it. I'm thinking this is the way to do it. And I learned this from the Tannus video. Okay, so the clamps may fly off at this point. See right here? I'm doing the prying maneuver, but let's move our stool so you can see. All right, get our toes into position. Boom. Boom. Okay. So, in fact, let's go ahead and take these off. So this is, if this was my third time doing it, yeah, we definitely want those off. We may want them back, but just a little bit closer to the other edges. So take those off. Okay, that's just coming off. In fact, let's even see if we need that. Let's even see if we need that. So divide it in half. I think we kind of need it, but let's just see if we can use this lever action right here, the lever advantage. I think to Archimedes, thanks to Archimedes, I think. There we go. Now, I'm not liking the way that's feeling. It's feeling like it's, yeah, so let's get these, you know, like a third of the way. Let's just try one. So that leaves us with a smaller kind of area to work with. This is how I did it the previous time, you see? If you don't believe me, here's my tire. It's in. So let's, and my back's, just need to it's getting tight there. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I was trying to do it without my toes. Nope, need that mechanical base down there in order for the lever to properly work, or intelligent. Okay, not liking that. So we just need to do more dividing and conquering is what we need to do. So let's go back to our 45. So if these are each at 90, let's go to, divide that in half with a 45. And let's just, subdivide our problem. I tried to skip too many steps because I thought it was smart, but you can't skip too many steps. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we're getting some action. We are definitely getting, oh yeah, that was nice. That was real. Now we just have to stick the landing here. Oh, we're having trouble. We are encountering turbulence on the runway. There we go. Okay, very nice, very nice. All right, so we just did about 3 spokes. Again, clamp. So let's get our 3 spokes in, clamped. Progress. Okay. So let's move the lever tool over. Let's give you some more, I don't know how much video got cut off, but stopped for some reason. So I don't know how much got cut off. So I have been using this principle of dividing and conquering. So I think it was recorded that I tried to do too much, so then I just subdivided the problem into a smaller problem, and I got 2 spokes worth of progress, which is wonderful. And now we have a smaller problem to deal with. Divide and conquer is the theme of the day. Anyway, let's prepare a clamp and we have to get our feet in place because the forces are getting stronger the closer to completion we get. And without this tool, life is this is not fun. So this tool is everything. So oh yeah, like butter. It's like butter, guys, folks. Okay, we're just getting a little so we got an easy 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get 3 spokes out of that. Clean 3. Clean 3. We are still on par, folks. We are still par for the course. Very nice. Okay. And let's just remove this. I am thinking we can go for the hole on this one. So here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm just relishing this. I could be done by now. I'm just doing it nice and slow. Just really nice and slow. Boom. Okay. So, got a little bit of outcropping, or the pins are out. So this was about 20 minutes. And I lied. I think my previous attempt was really closer to an hour. So these pins coming out, I would just assume are going to happen to anybody, no matter how experienced you are. And now, yep, just slide them in. They are sliding in very nicely. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the pin insertion part because I haven't done that yet. So I don't have anything to really talk about. But we are in. So it's on to the next phase, and that's how you do it. World record. You can see my horrible shave job, or my lack of a shave job, but thanks for tuning in, and go get it.